Hello everyone, this is Jonathan Little. I am in beautiful Melbourne still. This is, I believe, my last day here by myself. After today, my fiance, Amy, and one of her friends is going to be coming out here. And then we're going to travel around the country together. So we're going to go all up the East Coast to Sydney and to the Great Barrier Reef and to a few other places. So I'm looking forward to that. My trip to Melbourne has not been great poker-wise, I suppose. I won a satellite to the main event, which was good, but beyond that, not much happened. I think this exact same thing happened in Barcelona, now that I think about it. I did pretty good right off the bat winning a satellite, and then from there, lost all the big tournaments. So that was unfortunate, but it's really not that bad whenever you think about it, because it means I only really lost a few small tournaments. But yeah, whatever. You can't really worry about the result of poker tournaments because they are crazy. On this trip, I got to listen to a ton of podcasts on the airplane flight over, and one of the podcasts suggested I read, of all things, the Arnold Schwarzenegger autobiography called Total Recall, which apparently came out in 2012. I'm only about 25% through it, according to my Kindle, but so far the book has been pretty inspirational to me. One of the main things I took away from it is that you need to have very clearly defined goals, and you need to work towards those goals. And it's sort of come to my realization that in poker, I stopped really thinking that goal setting was incredibly important, because in poker, you can't really control your results. And I live sort of a life where I play reasonably as much live poker as I can. It's not like I'm failing to put in hours or anything like that. I travel to pretty much every big tournament that happens within reason. So this book sort of just helped me realize that long-term goals that are very difficult to actually... long-term goals are good, and so I've started working towards some of them. For example, I decided to get in very good shape. That's something that you definitely can affect by yourself. In the book, Arnold talks about bodybuilding, and he decided he wanted to be the best in the world. He talked about training harder and longer than everyone else, and sure enough, he became the best in the world. And I'm not trying to be the best in the world at bodybuilding by any means, but at the same time, I certainly want to be in shape. And I recognized, I've always told myself for the last 4 or 5 years that I want to be in shape. I've run a marathon and a bunch of half marathons, and I have worked on, getting stronger, but I wasn't really taking it seriously. And I recognized that, I'm not eating right at all. I was not opposed to having cheesecake and wine after I busted out of a tournament, or pasta and stuff like that. So I decided that I'm going to stop drinking wine altogether, or alcohol in general altogether. I haven't had any for about a week. I decided to stop eating gluten. I haven't had any of that for a week. And same thing with sugar. I've had no sugar for a week. So I feel good. I think things are going well. It's actually 6:10 a.m. here in Australia. As you see, the streets are empty, which is kind of interesting. This is not how it is in a lot of major cities. It's kind of a bizarre thing. But I decided that I wanted to get in good shape, and now, sure enough, I'm waking up when the sun rises, and I feel great. It's an interesting thing. I'm excited to document how I feel eating very well. And also, I'm going to work out reasonably hard. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder or anything like that. One of my other goals is to get good at poker, as silly as that may sound. I feel like I'm already pretty good at poker, but I recognize, again, I'm not doing everything I could be doing. I also read Negreanu's blog a while back where he talked about how he wanted to be something like the top 15 poker players in the world on GPI, which is a goal that does not seem like you can actually make that happen. But sure enough, he got to number 1, I think, and he said what he wanted to do is he wanted to play something like 15 hours of live poker every week. He wanted to make sure he was at Bellagio playing, and he also wanted to watch poker videos for, I think he said, only an hour a week, which didn't seem like much to me, but, it's something. And I decided, I'm going to start watching a lot more poker videos. I used to watch a ton of poker videos, and I kind of got out of watching poker videos when I started watching more stuff on, like, developing websites and building a brand around myself and stuff that taught me how to put out good products for you guys. So I'm going to start focusing more of my attention on watching poker videos, and I'm going to be talking to my friends more about my hands, and I've developed a bunch of little points that will help me figure out how to actually improve at poker. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty good, like I said, but there's always a lot of room to improve, and I recognize I'm doing a lot. I do more than probably 99.5% of people already, but to be the best or even anywhere near the best, I have to do better. So if anything I've taken away from this Australia trip, it's that I was not doing everything I could to be the best I possibly could be. I was relaxing. I was taking it easy. I was really just not working as hard as I could be, and that's not acceptable for me. I have to work harder. I have to work more diligently, and expect good things from me in the future. That being said, for the next 2 weeks, I'm taking a vacation around Australia, so I'm not going to be doing a ton of work. But I plan to continue reading a lot of books. That's another thing on my list. There's general self-improvement, gaining more knowledge about things. And the way I'm going to do that is by reading a lot of books and also studying a lot of podcasts, which I've already been doing. But I'm going to continue doing that even more so. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully some of you out there will be inspired by some of the stuff that I put out to hopefully continue trying your best and doing better and improving yourselves to be the best you can be. Thank you very much for watching.